Imagine pulling onto the shoulder of Interstate 80 at 2 in the morning. Your hood is up. The smell of roasted synthetic oil and melting plastic insulation fills the freezing air. You lean over the grill and listen to the engine block. It sounds like a heavy diesel tractor choking on gravel, but you are driving a gasoline V8. That violent, rhythmic metal-on-metal thud echoing off the concrete barrier is not just a worn-out part. It is the sound of an engineered failure point cashing out your savings account. This is a brutal, calculated shift in how Detroit bends metal and writes software to bleed the second and third owners completely dry. The math is rigged before you turn the key. There are 3 secrets hiding behind the shiny chrome grills of the most popular vehicles on Earth. You are about to see the microscopic choke point that snaps spark plugs in half inside the cylinder head. You will witness the sealed fluid deception designed to detonate your transmission right after the warranty expires. And you will uncover the blacklist's secret driving what the guys spinning the wrenches actually buy for themselves. Let us start with a legendary disaster. The 2004 to 2008 Ford F-150 equipped with the 5.4-liter Triton V8. You saw these in the showrooms looking like absolute brick-shaped powerhouses. They were heavy, wide, and marketed as the ultimate blue-collar workhorse. Ask any veteran technician, the real crime is under the valve covers. The hidden choke point is the oil galley feeding the timing system. Ford engineers made the passages impossibly narrow. Over time, normal heat cycles bake the engine oil into a gritty sludge that chokes off the flow. The chain reaction is relentless. The oil starves. The upper valvetrain components dry out. The internal locking pins inside the cam phasers shear clean off under the immense mechanical stress. This is the birth of the variable timing extortion. You put it in drive, and the entire front end of the truck shudders. You will hear that horrific ticking noise bouncing off the drive-thru wall, sounding exactly like someone tossing marbles into a running blender. The cam timing flops around wildly, sending pistons and valves on a collision course. Then you try to do a basic tune-up, and the 2-piece spark plugs physically separate, leaving the lower porcelain half fused to the cylinder head. We keep the extraction tools for these exact spark plugs permanently loaded in the top drawer of the roll cab. The wallet consequence is a devastating mid-thousands engine-out procedure just to make the vehicle idle properly. This is where the math hits you. Fast forward to the 2018 to 2020 F-150s. The Showroom Seduction evolved. Now you are staring at military-grade aluminum bodies, massive panoramic glass roofs, and digital dashboards that look like a fighter jet. You are sold the 5.0-liter Coyote V8 paired with the new 10-speed automatic transmission. The corporate strategy is transparent if you know where to look. The choke point here is a thermodynamic nightmare inside the engine block. Instead of pressing in heavy iron cylinder sleeves, the factory sprayed a microscopic plasma-transferred wire arc coating directly onto the aluminum walls. The chain reaction is immediate and catastrophic. That fragile plasma coating breaks down under high combustion temperatures. The piston rings completely fail to seal. Your mighty V8 suddenly starts drinking oil like a 2-stroke lawnmower, burning off quarts of lubrication between changes. It eats the metal alive. While the engine is quietly starving itself, the 10-speed transmission begins its own self-destruction. Notice the lunging hesitation when you press the gas pedal. You will feel a skull-rattling clunk when it tries to shift from 3rd to 5th gear. The software gets confused, the valve body binds up, and the internal clutch packs slam together with bone-jarring force. Pull the dipstick, if they even bothered to give you one, and you will smell the dark, acrid odor of burnt friction material. The repair bill drops like an anvil, demanding a price tag heavier than a down payment on a house. Why engineer a permanent mechanical linkage when you can rent out a program software patch? When that transmission starts slamming gears, you are pushed into a cynical pipeline. A hypersensitive internal sensor detects a micro-hesitation in the valve body pressure. The main computer instantly throws the truck into a crippling limp mode while you are merging at highway speeds. The dealership refuses to replace the shattered $30 solenoid, forcing you into a massive, closed-unit transmission replacement that takes 3 weeks to arrive on a pallet. But here is the real crime hiding in plain sight. Not every truck rolling out of Dearborn was a rolling catastrophe. The 1992 to 1996 F-150 carrying the 4.9-liter inline-six is a masterpiece of industrial stubbornness. In the showroom, these were basic, two-tone boxes with heavy bench seats and analog dials. The engineering flaw is fundamentally simple. They built it too well. The choke point on the inline-six is entirely missing. There is no variable timing extortion here. The engine block is poured from cast iron thicker than a bank vault door. It uses massive, gear-driven timing. There are no delicate chains to stretch and no plastic guides to shatter under strain. The chain reaction is purely mathematical perfection. You turn the heavy metal key. Fuel hits the long intake manifold. A spark ignites. 7 massive main bearings hold a heavy iron crankshaft dead steady. You will feel the slow, rhythmic vibration through the steering wheel. You will hear the steady, low RPM drone that never misses a beat. The exhaust smells like rich, unburnt fuel and honest work. It does not tick, it does not clunk, and it does not beg for a software update. The financial burden is nothing more than spare change, a few quarts of conventional oil, and a sunny weekend afternoon in your driveway. Look around the gravel parking lot behind any independent repair bay, and you will see what the guys turning the wrenches actually trust to haul their own families. Pay attention to the silence on the service floor. The second truck that defies the modern extortion model is the 2011 to 2014 F-150 equipped with the first-generation 5.0-liter Coyote V8. This was the golden window. You got the sleek modern body style, but before the hyper-complex 10-speed gearboxes and the flimsy plasma-coated cylinders. It is a beautifully executed mechanical triumph. The hidden advantage is the 6-speed 6R80 transmission. It relies on heavy, overbuilt planetary gears and a massive fluid capacity. The chain reaction is pure, uninterrupted power transfer. The computer tells the torque converter to lock, and it locks. When you step on the heavy accelerator pedal, the 6-speed drops a gear with a smooth, decisive punch. You will hear the deep, uninterrupted intake roar of a naturally aspirated V8 breathing clean air. The wallet consequence is completely manageable, requiring only basic fluid maintenance and standard wear and tear replacement parts. There is no complex turbocharger plumbing to roast the coolant lines. A pickup truck should be a tool, not a rolling subscription service begging for a software update. You do not have to be a victim of modern planned obsolescence. You can execute the dumb truck counterstrike right now, walking around the used car lot. Hunt down naturally aspirated engines without complex turbo plumbing. Demand heavy iron blocks or steel-sleeved aluminum cylinders. Accept absolutely no more than 6 transmission gears. Inspect the frame rails with a heavy steel screwdriver. Look for a physical metal ignition key. Prioritize actual payload capacity over massive digital payload screens. These rolling computers are designed to rob you blind the moment the factory warranty expires. They want you trapped in the service lane, paying premium labor rates for programmed failures. If you are tired of corporate monopolies designing vehicles that shatter under strain, hit that subscribe button. We tear apart the marketing lies and expose the bare metal truth every single week.